as I look back into my life, I grew up as a very problematic boy. I smoked glue, ratsuba de pachi, renwa majwala. I was just a hooligan. I'm just glad the community, the area where I was raised, things like drugs were not popular, and nyaope, I think it was not introduced yet. And there was no things like serious gangsterism. But I feel like if those things were there, I would have fallen victim of a lot of bad things in my life. So the environment where you raise your children is very, very important. But right now, someone may ask, or Masha, how did you overcome that lifestyle? More especially people who have seen me, but how did you overcome? They may ask that question, but my answer is very simple: through music. And not just any music, choral music. Music played a very huge role in my life to the man I am today. And I just want to talk to you wherever you are. If you are raising a young boy and this child is becoming very problematic, a simple advice is that just look at their talent. And lead them there. You may try to change your son, maybe Richard is psychologist and all these things. But a simple thing, a simple hack, just identify their talent and lead them there and support them in that particular talent. That's where they're going to find their purpose. And the minute someone finds his or her own purpose, that's where they become the best visions of themselves. Right now, we have a lot of drug addicts, nyaopes, and all sorts of things. It's because people don't know who they are. They don't know their purpose. That's why they end up in wrong places. So please, find your children's talents and push them there and lead them there. They will be all right. Anyway, welcome to Moyake Audio Podcast. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, do the right thing and subscribe on this YouTube channel to help this platform to grow. We need to impact a lot of people's lives around the world. So when you subscribe, when you share this with other people out there, this platform will grow, and then our society will become a better place. Right now, this moment, this week is the greatest time to be a music lover in South Africa. If you love choral music, people have gathered in Pretoria. It's ABC Motsepe Sasce competition, national. People from different provinces, different languages, different cultures. Bakopani, they've gathered there by Moreleta Kerk. I could say Moreleta or Moreleta Kerk. But people have gathered there to support children who are competing at the national competitions for school choirs. And it's so beautiful. The mood there, it's amazing. The competitions have started from the 30th of June. They will end on the 3rd of July. So you can go there. It's not yet late. Humanati, people are enjoying music, and kids are getting to express themselves through music. You know, this past weekend I was at an event. This friend of mine, Mapaga, was giving an address, and he spoke something very important. He's a champ of art. So he spoke about the importance of arts and culture in our society. And then he mentioned something that we are neglecting arts and culture in our schools, in our communities. And right now, the spaces that were supposed to be occupied by arts in the lives of our children have now been occupied by drugs, alcohol, and all sorts of negative things. And now kids are lost because they are not given support, proper support in the arts and culture. Because a lot of people in our society get to think that motho o successful is when they become a lawyer, a police officer, a doctor, or they are in some office, in some corporate company somewhere there. But we forget, or we were brought different. God created us differently. People have different talents, and people have different purpose on earth. So it's very important to allow arts and culture. It will allow people to express themselves. Because right now, if you are happy, there's music. If you are crying, there's music. Wherever we are doing music on a daily basis. We celebrate with music. We bury people with music. So it's very important to put more energy and more support in the arts and culture. Our society is going to be a better place. I was looking at this TikTok video the other day, and I saw this guy, Ket from Skim Sam. He mentioned something that he didn't get that role. There was a boy who got that role, but his parents decided to say, you are not going to take that role, you are going to university. And that's how Ket got that role in Skim Sam. Now, let's just look at this. Let's say this boy who got that role, he's at the university right now, or he went to university. We don't know where he is today. If things didn't work out, he's going to blame his parents. He's not going to be happy with his parents. And it will be very sad because he will never forgive them. So as parents, you must know your child and you must allow your child to be themselves. We understand that education is important. Yes, education is important. But I believe after matric, you can allow your child to explore. You can give them that allowance to do what they love. Because they usually say that do what you love and you will never work again. But today I want us to focus on the ABC Motsepe Sasce competitions, like the impact of these competitions in our society. Many people see the ABC Motsepe Sasce as just a choir competition, but I believe that it is bigger than that. It is one of the most important youth development programs we have in our country, and it creates opportunities, it shapes characters, and it gives thousands of young people hope. Even kids who are not doing well in the classroom. Ngwana lo gore nka class ngwa tswa re nna ke a palelwa. Mara ga bona gona go tswelela in music. O bona gore le nna there is something that I'm doing right. O ba le tshepa gore le nna ke tla tswelela in life. So as a society, we really need to give full support to such programs. It might not be only music competitions, but in sports and other programs that are taking part in our schools, we really need to become champions for arts and culture, because they are going to make a huge difference in our society. They are very impactful, so we need to take them seriously. So right now, as I'm focusing on the ABC Motsepe Sasce competitions, what are the benefits when they take part in these competitions? The very important one, they find purpose. They are not just singing. The more they spend hours, that's where they find who they are. Because everyone has a purpose, Molefasing. We were called for different reasons. It's not everyone who was called to become a lawyer, or we are not called for one thing. So when we allow our children to take part in this competition, they get to understand who they are, because they invest more time in this music thing. And if a child has a talent in music and it's their purpose to do music, they are going to understand why fasting. And the minute someone is living in their purpose, our society is becoming a better place. ge motho a opela e le purpose ya gage e le morero wa gage go opela le wena o tlo no go fola ga opela le yena ka mogare ga gage go na le ntongwe ya diragala. That's why we have a lot of drug addicts. Re tla e bušeletša gantši le gantši. Those people don't know their purpose. But ba le goreng they are just lost. Ba phela the criminal life. Ba phela maphelo a le goreng ga a loka. It's because they don't know who they are. So they're just roaming around. They're just doing everything because they never got an opportunity to understand or actually what's their purpose. Mo lefatsheng. So we really need to bring a lot of programs in our society. It can not only be in schools, even in the communities. We can start soccer teams, we can start community choirs, we can start a lot of programs. They will help people to identify themselves. And the minute you know your purpose and you are living your purpose, you have made it in life. Another point, the importance of these programs, the ABC Motsepe Sasce, it develops discipline in our young people. Because remember, they spend months practicing. They spend a lot of hours at those rehearsals. That thing is developing discipline. They become punctual, because rehearsal has a time. Practice it kanakwe, efela kanakwe. They start to respect time, and it's developing them to become people with great qualities. It also gives them leadership skills. Because I, for one, I think I've learned a lot of leadership skills while I was still in high school, because at some point at the choir, they will give me an opportunity to conduct the choir when our head conductor is not there. At assembly, I'm conducting the choir. During events, funerals, and what's or not, I'm conducting the choir. Then I get to learn leadership skills. I remember at some point I started a smaller male choir with my boys at school. They always remind me about it. It was beautiful. We would sing at the assembly or when we are at these competitions, more especially at the provincials level. Then we are waiting for the results. I will gather young boys, a lot of boys from different schools. Imagine, I was with my friend Charles Stef. Then we gather those people, and then we start leading those people. And then it was so beautiful. We get to relate with other people. We get to make friends. So these programs are really good for our children. So let's not sleep on them. Let's give them proper support. And another thing is that our kids, when they take part in these competitions, they become more confident. A lot of people are not confident. They are shy. Their self-esteem is low. It's because they were not exposed to environments that test their confidence, that develops their confidence. Because right now they will be performing for thousands of people. And you find no performer solo, thousands of people. That thing is developing that child, because tomorrow that child can stand in front of people and speak to those people. Develop this program. That's why it creates opportunities. It makes their lives to become better. So schools dikolo pushang bana ba lena ba participate in the arts and culture. Do not just say rara focus on writing and learning or whatever. Classing. It's very important that they also take part in the arts and culture. And another interesting thing, these competitions are very helpful to the teachers as well. The teachers become mentors. When a teacher or a school staff, a member of the staff in the school is taking part in this thing, it develops their leadership as well. They become motivators, they become counselors, they become role models to these young ones. And they get to show these young boys and girls proper direction of life, because they spend more time with them at this rehearsal and all that. And Luena, as a teacher, as someone who's conducting the choir, you are developing personally. So let's support these choir competitions. Let's support all programs in the arts and culture in our schools. And we can even start some in our communities so that it's all year long. This guy fell like June. They were forever. When someone is taking part in something, they become a better person. And the last one that I will talk about, a benefit. Remember, this is Moyake OT podcast. So I'm passionate about unity. You must always remember that. One thing that I love about the ABC Motsepe Sasce competition is that they promote unity. People from different provinces, different languages, different cultures, they gather in one place. And there is this category of folklore and social ills. Like that's where they show off their cultures. That's where you will see where South Africa is a diverse country. South Africa is a beautiful place. They address our social issues with performance. There is a power. There is power in music. There is power in art. So wherever we are, let's support the arts. Let's support music. Anything that has to do with music. Music, where there is anything that has to do with arts and culture. Reunite as a society. One thing. In closing, let's just imagine if all young people in our country were taking part in something, be it or they are members of choirs, school choirs, church choirs, community choirs. They play soccer. They're taking part in athletics. They're taking part in the debate clubs and so forth and so forth. There are a lot of talent that we really need to be given attention. And all young people, it must be a rule. Nengaba President Monari. It must be illegal. Then it must be illegal because we overcome a lot of social ills in our society. We overcome the drugs. We will be overcoming criminality, gangsterism, and all these bad things. So as a society, let's take this thing of art and culture seriously. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. And remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do the right thing and subscribe on this YouTube channel. And share it with other people. Tell them that there is a Moyake OT podcast on YouTube. Moyake OT is here to impact your life positively. We are here to bring a difference in the lives of everyone in this country. So support this platform, and if you are a sponsor, you want to support, come forward. So let's meet next week. Until we meet again, may God bless you. Danko.